All right, so welcome to our team call. It is Tuesday, March 8th, and just going to be kind of a I think it's kind of a basic call, but you guys might not know any of this stuff. So I don't know. I'm kind of going to do some stuff that like new coaches should know, and then kind of get into some business building coach stuff. And then it's going to kind of turn into a more advanced business builder, what you should be watching, because like a lot of you don't have really big businesses yet, but when you do, you're going to want to know how to do this stuff. So basically I'm going to kind of throw it all at you from new to advanced. Just going to kind of quickly go over the recognition. We have 2 weeks worth of coach signups that I'm just going to kind of run through really quick. Sasha Moreno, Amanda Palmer, Emma Bridges signed up 2 coaches, Kim Adams, Marie O'Hara, Laurel Davidson, Stephanie Hall, Zach Otis, Jennifer Tenney, Christy DeSantis, Scott Spangler, Cynthia Smalley, Daniela Canada, which I don't know if that's really her last name or if she accidentally put her country in her last name spot. Mary Harper signed up 2 coaches, Marissa Sundberg, Amanda Lindquist, Angela Gettert, Cass Holmes, Vivian Lavark, Allison Kale, Andrea Hart, Donna DeShays, Braden Sherrill, and Mickey Richards. So that's 2 weeks worth of new coaches in our business. We have nobody at Success Club yet, but there's people on the board with points. Catherine, Amy, I have some points. Mary has some points. So we're doing good. So far, so good. It's only the 8th of the month. I expect lots of you to hit Success Club this month. So no worries. Some new announcements. Not really much announcements today. We have a new Coach Basics that started yesterday. So if you have any coaches that need to be added, please add them to it. And I also just posted a new link in the Success Club document in the files that has the Google Drive link to the self-paced training. So if you have somebody that's in that Coach Basics training that's getting overwhelmed with all the videos and stuff, just tell them it's all in that link. They can go through the videos one by one at their own pace. They don't have to get overwhelmed about it. And then we had a new Emerald group start yesterday, which Donna's running. So if you have anybody that would like to get to Emerald, throw them in that group too, or ask them if they want to join. Obviously this week we're leaving Thursday? Friday.
Yeah.
Well, we set sail Saturday for our cruise. So next week there will be no team call unless somebody wants to do it for me, but I doubt that. But so no team call next week. We'll just pick back up 2 weeks from tonight for that. So, and if I learn any good tidbits on the cruise, I'll be sure to share them as soon as I can, because we're going to be unplugged this vacation. As you guys know, I asked some of you to take over in my challenge group and stuff because I'm not going to be posting in there. And we're not going to have any internet access.
We could have bought it, but we chose not to. We want to unplug for a week.
It's $100 bucks. It's $100 to buy per device, I think. $100 per device for 5 days.
Well, it's not even the money. It's just wanting to unplug.
I know, but I just didn't think it was worth it.
No, that is pretty expensive.
And if we end up in a port or something with Wi-Fi, we'll get on real quick just to say hi. But other than that, we're not going to even be on. I'm going to miss all you guys. I really am. And it's going to be really hard. It's going to drive me crazy. But we got to do it once. It's just 5 days. So. Okay, so recognition for your business is super huge. I know you guys know that. We're big on recognition. I know Shelly does recognition for her team. I've seen Donna doing it, so that's good. Elizabeth, I know. I don't think you have too many business builders yet, but I think you're definitely going to get some. So you'll be doing some recognition too. And as your teams grow, I wanted to kind of teach you how to easily run the reports, like volume, Success Club reports, and that's all actually done in the new office, but I wanted to kind of teach you the previous office view as well, just so you know, like, the differences between the two. And you sound like you want to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, she always knows when I want to say something.
Yep.
It's amazing. I breathe different because I want to talk. I just wanted to say, like, like she said, even if you don't have a sizable group yet, it is so important to understand how we're paid and what reports to look at, that impacts how we're paid. But of course, you got to understand the concept first. Like for me, like when I first started, I completely looked at this as a business. I mean, even before I signed up, I knew exactly how all the cycle bonuses work, how, I understood the fact that it doesn't even necessarily have to be a 1-to-2 ratio in the volume between your left leg and your right leg to maximize your profits. I knew even if it was 50-50, it's just as good. And people don't talk about that. But I knew that, like, even before I signed up, because I studied the compensation plan. I wanted to understand that.
Left-brained.
Yeah, I wanted to know how we got paid. I mean, I'm not doing it as a hobby. I was busy, kids, working full-time as a nurse. I was crazy busy, going through bad things in my life at the time. I wasn't doing it because I was bored. I wanted to make extra money from the beginning. So, because of that, you got to understand how you get paid. You're not going to, well, rarely would this happen. Would you like wake up Thursday and be like, oh, wow, I made like $300 last week. I don't even know how I made it. You got to understand first how it works. It's very rare you're going to luck into a, decent sized paycheck and then have it go up and, upward from there. You got to understand it first. So take the time. It doesn't take that long. It's not that complicated, I'm telling you. And I'd be happy, like, after you guys look at it, each of you individually, and whoever's listening to the recording also who's not here, I'm talking to everybody. After you look at it, if you have any questions or it's not like, completely crystal clear, just talk to me on the phone, because I'm sure we can clear it up very rapidly, and why is 50-50 as good as 1-to-2 when it doesn't seem so. 100 volume to 200 volume between your legs is one cycle. Well, you want a 1-to-2 ratio? Not necessarily. 50-50 is just as good. And I can go through a quick math example for you, like I did with her, because she didn't get it either. And she's like, oh, that makes perfect sense. I can't believe no one told me that.
You should write down the
Yeah,
whiteboard.
I will.
And do a video.
Yeah.
We'll do that. He's going to do it on the
I'll do a
whiteboard.
quick math. But, it's like 2 minutes, and it's like, oh, okay. But you got to understand the concept first. You got to understand what a cycle bonus is and stuff, and not everyone does. So go through all that. But anyway, all I wanted to say is, regardless of the size of your group, how much volume you do between legs, or even if you don't have 2 legs yet, you want to understand the concept.
Right.
Because understanding it first, then you can start working with it. You're not going to luck into a paycheck.
Right. And so then I'm just going to go through real quick some important stuff to watch as a business builder. And I'm just going to share my screen because it's just the easiest way to do it. All right. So obviously you guys know how to log into your office. Some of you might not know, though, that are watching this video, we actually have 2 offices. We have the Coach Online office and the previous office view. So I'll just go in the Coach Online office is actually where you're going to run the reports from when you start growing your team and you want to know like the Success Club and volume reports. But I'll show like a quick 5-minute video at the end of this about how to do that exactly. And it was done by Brigitte Linford. I know some of you know her, but she did a really quick, easy, nice explanation of how easy it is to actually run these reports and not have to like spend hours on it. Previous office view. Okay, so in the previous office view, the reason you want to come in here is because when you have a customer order something and you're waiting 2 hours for it to show up in the other office, in this office is going to be absolutely immediate. Like the second that they hit send and they see that confirmation number pop up on the screen, you can come to your customer orders and you're going to see that order in here. So if they ordered it, it's there. If it is not showing up in here, something got screwed up. Yeah. So that's a good thing that you need to be watching. You can also check for new coaches immediately. So if you are wondering if this person signed up for a coach to be a coach, you can actually come to your genealogy report
Sponsored report.
Yeah. If you have a coach that's saying, well, how can I see if this coach actually signed up? Well, you can come into your genealogy and then click last 24 hours or whatever, and it'll show all the new coaches that you have in your group for the last 24 hours. And if they're not showing up in this list, they're not signed up yet.
It's in real time.
It's in absolute
click enter,
real time.
And they get charged, it shows up.
Right. And then another thing you should be watching, I don't care if you only have one coach in your team. You need to be watching this. This is what Derek checks chronically about 500 times a day, I swear.
Can't help.
But this is, go to genealogy, volume totals. Okay. So this is actually going to have your left leg and your right leg volume. This is before I even started coaching. So obviously it has all zeros. But if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you're going to see your volume for the week. So this is your left leg, right leg.
Yep.
And you can actually, this is your personal volume. You can click on that and see your orders, all the orders for the week. And you can click on this, and it's going to give you an exact breakdown of every single coach in your downline and every order that they have this week. So as you can see, Shelly's got some orders, Mary's got some orders, and yep, Elizabeth has an order. So and the total is at the bottom, and that's absolutely in real time too. In the other office, it takes a while to actually show up. So that just shows you that. And do you want to explain the ratio? I don't know. This is a good place to try to figure out, like.
Okay, well, very simple. Okay, see the left leg. She has. Let's use the example February 25th to March 2nd. Okay, see how it says 3,973. That's how much volume her team generated. It has nothing to do with her sales, anything like that. I mean, most people understand that, but I'm making sure. That is not her. That is her team. Anyone she signed up as a coach, anyone they signed up down to infinity in that particular leg, that's the volume that was generated. Okay, so the cycle bonus is very simple. Every time you have 100 in volume in one leg and 200 in volume in another leg, it issues a cycle bonus. It's either $14, $16, or $18. 14 emerald, 16 ruby, 18 diamond, and above. So basically, let's say if she had 27 in carryover volume in that leg, which she probably did, you always have a little bit of carryover. Very rarely is it, 100 exactly.
Should I show them where to check carryover?
Yeah.
Okay, checking carryover. You actually just click my commissions and then carryover volume. So as you can see, my right leg is way stronger than my left. I have carryover volume building up over there like crazy because my left leg is not as strong as my right leg. So the carryover volume just means that you didn't use all that volume that was generated on my right leg, because as you can see from this report, I had 3,972, but my right leg had 17,772. And that is not a 2-to-1 ratio at all. So whatever is not the 2-to-1 ratio gets added into carryover volume.
Yeah, okay, so for example, let's call it 40 cycles. $4,000, $4,000, $100 per cycle. That's 40 cycles that would have generated at $18 a cycle. That's the residual income, that and the matching bonus that she gets. Don't worry about the matching bonus yet. But, and then of course, whatever retail she sells, she gets that added on too. But anyway, so call it 40 cycles even for argument's sake. So that's 4,000. That means 8,000 would have been deducted from the right leg. So the difference is $9,772 unaccounted for, unused. Where does that go? That gets added to the running tally of carryover volume in her right leg, and 0 is added to the tally in her left leg because she used all 40, assuming it was 4,000 exactly, just to explain it. But if she would have had like 4,010 Well, then 10 would have been added to the 9 that you saw. So now she has 19 in that leg.
Now we're confusing now.
Well, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. But I'm just saying, if each leg is added above and beyond whatever is not used that particular week, is added to the running total of carryover volume. And then that goes towards your paycheck the following week. So the objective is to build your legs to where you can cycle as much as possible off of the team volume that's generated. And that goes down to, that's why, and this is really important, that's why it's so important to work with everybody in your team. Like if someone is in your left leg or your right leg, whether you put them in or not has nothing to do with anything. What has to do, if they are in your leg, their volume counts just as much as someone that you have personally put in.
Right.
So that's why my volume is a lot more. If I showed you that example, and it's a lot different. Like my right leg is, really growing right now, and she's my left leg, and hers is growing too. But what I'm saying is my right leg is on fire right now and growing fast. And that's because I've been working with people in that leg that's 300 people below me, in depth. It's just someone who knew someone who knew someone who knew someone 300 times. And now I find someone 300 people down that gets it, wants to run with it. They want to make this their full-time professional career. This is what they want to do. They see the big picture. I'm working with that person as close as I can. And I am in no way taking credit for the explosion of growth. I'm just saying, work with any fireball you see in your group, and if they're the right person, they'll grow it. They did the work. Right. I just noticed, like, oh, I got to work with this person, encourage them, because they really want to, they see it. I don't have to sell them on it, persuade them of it. Hey, you make a ton of money here. You ought to do this. They see it for themselves. I'm like, I got to work with them. And then that explodes and your residual income grows up. And so, see, people make the mistake that, it's like, well, I didn't put them in. There are 100 people down for me. What difference does that make? I want to work with these people I put in. Well, you can't push a rope. If they don't want to do anything, they don't want to do anything. You can't make them. But if you find a fireball in your group, work with them. It doesn't matter who put them in, because it grows your income just the same. Right. Exactly the same way.
So that grows your team bonus. So see how my retail commission, you can't, like, if you're building a business just on retail, you're not going to get anywhere. You have to start building your team. And then if you click, like, each bonus, this is all different bonuses that you can earn. The retail or the subscription is the club membership. Team bonus is your team cycles. Matching is anything that your emeralds and above in your team do. You get 10% of
their cycle
bonus. And then the showcase pack bonus, we don't really use that anymore. The fast start bonus is if you sign up 5 coaches with challenge packs within 6 weeks, I think it is, you get $100 bonus right there. Mm-hmm. So that comes in handy. But if you click on team bonus, like, you can see, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. No, keep moving back. I don't know why. Like, every time that I cycled, this is all $18 for every single cycle. So then that just adds up.
Right.
So, okay, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to show in that office. I'm going to go back to the other office. Why is it doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So, things to look at daily if you want to be building this business. You have to be looking in this office at your news. Watch the Coach Breaking News. You guys should be checking that every single day if you're a business builder. You never know what they're going to come out with or what announcements they're going to have. So if you're not looking in this office every day, you might be missing something. And you can't count on me to post it in the team all the time, because that's just not going to happen. Like, I have so many people that come to me like, I didn't know about this. Well, did you read the news? Like, it's in there. I can't be like holding your hands, all the time. So just look in the news, see if there's anything new every day. The new coaches in your organization, this is where this pops up. And so you can keep an eye on that. And if you have a coach underneath you that's, personally sponsored by one of your coaches, make sure you recognize them for it. A lot of these are in my right leg, and a lot of these people aren't on our team because I have a coach that kind of broke off from our team, and she kind of does her own thing, and she's a fireball. So lots of coaches that are added in the right leg. And another thing that's super important to be watching is your sponsorship drill down. This, especially when you're Emerald, like this is where you come in to see your active and inactive coaches, and anybody that's going inactive is going to be red. And if they're red and you only have 2 coaches, one on the left, one on the right, and you have one that's red, that means you're going to drop rank. So you have exactly 6 days to fix it, basically, or 7 days. And then that turns completely black and they're completely inactive. So you have to keep an eye on that. When you start building up your rank into the higher ranks, you have to keep counting your coaches to make sure you have enough to hold your rank. I know a lot of you know about that. Emerald can check your volume. Oh, you can actually check your volume in this office too. If you go to, this is pretty new. Oh, yeah, my volume. You can check your volume here. And you can check your carryover volume and stuff too. So this just kind of lists it a little bit differently. I already did the breakdown of check. I'm going to show you that little video of Brigitte now. She'll show you exactly where you go and what you do to run these reports. And a lot of you won't be using this right away, but when you start growing your teams and they start getting bigger, it's going to come in really handy. So, okay.
I'm going to show you guys how you can save some reports, how you can check the volume and check the drill down for your team. So you can see right here, I've got some saved reports. Now I have saved some reports underneath my business, my saved reports. But how do you get reports to save so that there's settings set in place? If I come to my business, my downline, the sponsorship drill down,
I can't say it either.
you can see everybody in your organization in their downline. Now I can edit the report up here, and I can edit the settings. So if I want it to show for 5 levels down, if I want to check it so that I don't see some of these things and I don't see the volume, but I only want to see the prior month Success Club points and that's it, then I'll just uncheck all of these other things.
So this is how you would check the Success Club.
And then I will save the formatting.
To run those.
And then I will save the report and it will let me change the name. So this is going to be just my SE test. And it would be the prior and current SC. And I would click save. Now if I come to my business, my saved reports, then you can see right here, SE test. If I were to click on that, it's going to show me just the prior SC points that I had, and then I can expand all levels and I can see 5 levels down. And this is how I do the reports. When I check in for the team, it kind of shows me everybody's Success Club points. Now, I can export this into an Excel file, and I would just click up here in this top right-hand corner in the drop-down, go to Excel, and then run the report, and it will save it in an Excel format into my onto my computer. I personally love Google Spreadsheets, so I will export things onto Excel, and then I'll just copy and paste because I feel it's a lot easier to manipulate the information and document like remove tabs and whatever on Google spreadsheets. So what I'll do is I'll just create a Google spreadsheet for each Thursday, and then I'll have a tab down here at the very bottom for Success Club, and I'll just copy and paste the info in here. And then for left volume and right volume. As far as getting the volume, I will come here to my volume, and let's say for like last week, I'll click on the LV. It will bring this up. Sometimes it takes a little while for it to load. So hopefully this doesn't take a long time here. But I will take all of the information here and literally just copy and paste it. Scrolling down, and I'll click Control C because I'm on a Mac, and then I hit Control V, and it just will paste it over here. Then I can even take these and delete these columns because they're not relevant to the information. And now I want to sort it by the number. So as long as I just have my mouse over on this column C, I can come up to data, and I can sort the range by column C and make it so that it shows me who's at the very top. And so then I was able to see that on my left leg, I've got Megan Rencher, who is at the top for volume for this past week. And I'll do the same thing for my right leg. The reason why I separate them by legs is because I know everybody on my right leg is in my downline because that's my weak leg. My strong leg is my left leg, personally. And so I just check in the graphical genealogy to see when I'm determining the top 10 for our team, who is in my downline and who may be someone who's underneath my sponsoring coach, Scotty Hobbs. So that's how I determine the top 10. That's how you can run reports, and that's how you can save reports in your back office. So you can do recognition for your team, because as a diamond coach, that is something that will be important for you to do with your downline. So I hope this video helps. Comment below if you have any questions.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop sharing now. So that video might have been a little bit over your head, but once your team starts building as big as Brigitte's, or even a quarter of the size of Brigitte's team, like running those recognition reports, it's so much easier. Like that, I have to do that when I'm doing the volume recognition reports for our team that I do. Like you have to actually export them and make sure you're actually like checking out the numbers and you can see who's in the top, like whatever. So yeah, I think, do you guys have any questions about anything? No? Okay.
Like I said, anyone that's even listening to the recording, if you have any questions, just hit us up on Facebook. Because I know sometimes you gotta like have an interaction with a direct question and be like, okay, wait a minute. How's this work again? Whatever. So we're willing to do that, except Saturday through Thursday. Other than that,
not this Saturday through Thursday.
Right. Right. This Saturday through Thursday. Any other Saturday through Thursday is fine.
Okay. Awesome. Well, hopefully those of you maybe learned a little something tonight. I don't know, but we'll see. Yeah. So have a good night, guys.
Night.